What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing today? I hope you guys are having a fabulous freaking day. I've got some bad news for you guys. I've got some real bad news for you, and I hope you forgive me, but this video that you're about to see is not going to be on the last fit LED lighting bulbs. I know I told you in the last video I was going to do a nice little review on these bulbs, and I was going to do a nice little giveaway for a set of last fit 9006 bulbs, the pluses. Very expensive, very nice setup, but I have to stay in line with my uploads, and I have to make sure nobody gets confused about what's going on, and that's kind of important to me. So the video after this, I promise you guys, the video after this will definitely be the last fit bulbs video. I guarantee it. But this video is going to be a continuation of this Camaro right here, the 2010 SS. Last video you've seen of this car, we ended up putting engine mounts on, and we ended up installing the RotoFab, I guess that's a RotoFab, yeah, RotoFab relocation windshield washer reservoir, because with the cold air inductions intake, you have to take the lid off every single time you want to fill up your windshield washer fluid, and nobody wants to do that. But it's very good that they have this lid on here, because it definitely helps. Nice alternative is the RotoFab bottle, which helps a lot. In this video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to install pretty much everything that's left in this car. Everything that's left. So that includes the tensioner, the relocation lines for the heater hoses, the fuel rails, and I still got to put the wideband in, which ain't no big deal, and valve covers, which is pretty easy stuff. We're going to do it real quick. We're just going to get it installed. That way you guys can see what it looks like. This is all pretty simple stuff to do. You don't really need like a step-by-step introduction on how to do it. But, you know, for example, the relocation setup for this, I definitely want to show you guys that, because that's a very interesting product that I think a lot of you guys would like to see how it gets installed and where it bolts to and all that stuff. I'm assuming it goes down along the body here and then back up, and let me get my flashlight here. Let me get my flashlight here. There you go. As you can see, it goes all the way back there on the firewall, which is kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass to get to, but since I'm doing the fuel rails anyways and the valve covers, I'm going to end up taking all this section apart, including the coil packs and the valve covers, and get that all out of my way. It gives me a little bit more room to work back here. Come on, flashlight, do your job. Do your job. And it's going to make it easier for me to get my hoses back there on the firewall where they need to be. So yeah, let's get started, guys. All right, first things first, we got the Gentek tensioner right there, and we have a new belt. So basically we're going to take this old tensioner off, put the Gentek tensioner on, adjust it, and be done. Just so you guys know, part number K060827 with a stock lower, by the way, is the correct belt size for this. And there's Gentek's part number if you guys want to look up this item as well. For let's see what it fits. Basically fits a whole bunch of stuff, so it pretty much fits every LS engine that you can think of. It's gonna fit it. So let's get that on, see what it looks like. Gentek has these really awesome spacers for the F-body and GTOs only that come with this, which is really cool. So in this case, we're only going to be using the actual assembly itself, not the spacers. Alright guys, so we got the new tensioner on. As you can see, it does definitely clear throttle body. It's nowhere near as close as it was before. The other one was kind of a little bit hitting the motor there a little bit, but it wasn't too terribly bad. That's why we ended up upgrading to this one instead. So it's tightened down with the 215mm bolts, and then now all we have to do is get the belt on and adjust it. Belt is on. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to end up taking all this apart, and then we're going to put this relocation setup onto the car like that. Go. Get on there. Get on there. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Looks like I'm going to have to do some work. This obviously does not want to go on by itself. So I've got most of the stuff out of the way that's going to help me get back there to those beautiful, awesome clamps, which are going to suck to get to. And then I need to get to these clamps down here, which are also going to suck to get to. But that's pretty much, this is going to be the messy part of the job, guys. Basically, this whole assembly here is going to go bye-bye. That whole assembly there is going to go bye-bye down there somewhere. So it should be pretty interesting. Let's just get it on and me stop talking. How's that sound? All right, guys, I definitely want to show you this before I go any further. But this GM, I think it's a GM heater hose relocation setup for these Camaros. You have to take the heat shield out and they connect down at the bottom, but they do fit. They are a tight fit. I'm not gonna lie, this thing, I'm actually shaking because this thing, I've been fighting with this thing for like an hour, like a freaking hour. I've been fighting to get, number one, the old hoses off, which are right there, which suck donkey dick, by the way. But these just lay in here just like so, just so you know, just like so, just so you know. And then the heat shield protects the line and everything, and then it just connects back there, like you can tell there. But yeah, these are a real son of a baby fat to put in. Like, they're just tight. It sucks. But that's in. We're gonna connect all these hoses up, and then we're gonna move on to doing the valve covers and the fuel rails, and that's it, boys. We are almost done with this car, and that's pretty much what it looks like all back together. I just wanted to give you a quick peek here. When it's all tucked away and the hoses are all tucked away, it doesn't look too bad. Nice little setup to get them hoses off the top of that intake. Plus, on top of that, guys, on top of that, when those hot coolant hoses are running up on top of your intake like that, all that's doing is causing heat soak and making the air inside the intake even hotter, which is definitely not a good thing. So I highly recommend this relocation kit for your fit gen if you're gonna do something like that. I highly recommend it. It's a good setup, and it keeps that heat definitely away from your intake where you don't want it to be. Nice LS aftermarket valve covers. Look at those beauts. Let's get them on. I gotta be honest with you guys, these Holley valve covers, the Holley LS valve covers are freaking amazing. They would be even cooler if they actually didn't use the original bolts and they actually came with black bolts to match the valve cover. That'd be even cooler looking. But more than likely, the cool packs are going to end up covering those bolts up for the most part. But these valve covers look freaking amazing, man. Like look at these things. They look so good on this engine. Crazy. Look at that. You know what? I can't wait. Let's just get the cool packs on and see what they look like right now. Bam. Look at that. Man, that looks good. Check that out, guys. I really like this setup. It's a very, very nice setup. Highly recommend it. Really, really cool. Really, really cool. All right, let's get the rest of this all together, and then last but not least, good old fuel rails. All right, let's get this fuel rail off. Oh yeah, that was pretty easy, huh, guys? That was a pretty easy. That was just sitting in there from the last time I built it. I just sat it in there, and that's all I did. Oh, we're missing a few components. Let's put this over here like so. Oh, there's fuel coming out. We definitely don't want to forget the one spacer here. Yeah, definitely don't want to forget that. We'll go ahead and put that on this fuel injector right there. There we go. Cool. Now, let's get the other rails right here. Look at that. Another set of rails, all brand new with all kinds of different fittings and doodads and all kinds of other fun stuff. There we go. Oh my God, look at that. And these are the fast fuel rails as well. So, and plus we have a nice little cool gauge too, so we're going to put that on as well. All right, guys, so we run into a little bit of an issue with said fuel rails. So I started putting together the aftermarket fuel rails for this car, and there's something missing. And what was missing was the actual lines for the fuel rail. So basically the line that connects it down to the fuel line down there, the line that links it to the back to the other fuel rail, they were missing. I thought the customer actually got that stuff. He unfortunately did not, which is not a big deal. I priced all the fittings out. It's about $100 worth of stuff. I've got actual, actually found good line here, 8AN for the back crossover, and some that's 8AN and 6AN right here for the line going to the fuel line into the car itself. So we're gonna have to obviously end this video on that note, because we need those parts in order to finish it. Other than that, this car is completely done except for the fueling system. I do have to do a little bit of tweaking on the tune, and I also have to what else do I have to do? I think that's about it. Just tweaking on the tune is really all I have to left to do. So what I might end up doing is I might end up putting the other fuel rail back in temporarily, just so I can run it, make sure it's all good to go, and then I can actually get it off the lift as well, sit it back outside, and then when the new parts come in, or the parts that I need for the fuel system, and I have to build the fuel line, maybe I can make a whole new separate video on how to build fuel line, the proper way to build braided steel line fuel line, which is going to be that pretty good video. Comment below, let me know what you think. Other than that, that's all we got for you on this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Instagram, Diablo Formula Racing. Facebook is also Diablo Formula Racing. Deuces, guys.